One major dark side that people don't talk about in game is about lust. In game, lust is not your sidekick. It's not a friend. What lust is in game or in dating in general is a tool. So, lust is a tool you must learn how to use. It's one of those tools that if you don't learn how to use it, you get possessed by it, and before you know it, it takes absolute control of you. When it comes to game, and many men have come and gone that we are very skilled in game, but what destroyed them was lust, because the lust that they had overpowered them. The lust they had took control of them. So that's one of the dark sides in when it comes to game. People don't mention it a lot. People don't even like to talk about it because it's one of those sketchy things, that is always, you just have to keep it aside. You don't have to talk about it. So game will look very appetizing and something that people would want to know about. It's very intriguing. That's one thing you have to understand about game. Game is very intriguing to captivate you. But you see that other side they don't talk about, the dark side of it, the lust. That's the part that is never sweet to tell people about. That's the sour taste that people avoid to talk about. And it's real. It's real. You must know that lust is a thing. And you have to, in your journey when it comes to game, you have to learn how to master your lust. You have to learn how to. That is why I would always talk and preach about walking away. Because walking away is a checker. It's one of those things, mechanisms that would help you to master yourself. You telling yourself no when your desires are blazing, and you say no, and you pull back and walk away. It blows a woman's mind, because how can this man at peak interest disengage and leave? How? Because most men have not mastered themselves. That's why I always talk about walking away, because it's a way of telling yourself no, telling your desires no. And it's very obvious that you have interest in this lady, and in the midst of that chaos you say no, because when emotions are involved it becomes chaotic. A lot of things tend to happen that might go out of control. But you must understand, when it comes to lust, you must learn how to control it. You must learn how to say no a lot of times and few yes. That's how you start. Because I will tell you the obvious truth. I won't lie to you. You must know how to control your lust. And in that way, you would have skin in the game. You will last longer in the game. You would enjoy women, you will like women, but at the same time, you own yourself. Because lust is that thing that can, at the same time, possess you and take control of you. Many good men who are good at game could not control their lust, and it led them on a path of no return. And it took them so low to the point they became weak men. It's hard to talk about it. I'm not a perfect human being. I'm not saying I'm Jesus Christ. But there is a need for you to understand the reason why you have to control it. When you want to practice game, you have to learn how to control your lust. It's one of those dark sides that exists. You hardly will see people talking about it in the manosphere. You hardly will see them talking about it because they feel like let's just keep it. It's just like when people will talk about watching we'll talk about their addictions to watching X-rated videos. It's just similar to that. Or even the idea or the concept of masturbation. People will not even like to talk about it. Is that sensitive as well? But it's something I have noticed and I would love to share and enjoy talking about and engage you guys as well. Because for me it's always, that's why my experience, when it comes to my experience with game, is quite unique. Because at 28 you've mastered yourself for a very long time, telling yourself no to your desires before you decided to become intimate with women, and in that scenario it's a whole different ball game. I see game differently compared to the rest of the world, or people who actually started slaying boxes earlier than me. So there has to be a lot. There has to be self-control, self-discipline. There has to be mastery of yourself. You have to master yourself to the point where you say no to a lot of things when it is not going in the direction you want. That's one of the ways to control your lust. And I always say quality is more than quantity, and you should obsess over quality than quantity, because quantity will lead you as well to the path where lust would take control over you, and before you know it, it becomes a journey of no return. That's why I say you don't have to spin 1,000 plates. Quality plates, preferably, yes. Quality plates over quantity. In that way, you're checking your lust. You need a couple few women to give you an idea of how women think, to understand female nature. So lust is one of those things that you just have to be aware of at the end of the day when you decide to engage with game and get into the dating world. It's one of those things you have to look out for. Control your lust. So that's everything that I have to talk about for today. So we'll see in the next video and we'll chat some more. Have a great day and stay blessed, guys. Bye.